Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm feeling amazing.
I'm so glad you're here.
Me too.
So let's rewind. I know that now that you've been in my world for this past year during COVID, a lot of people don't even know how we even started. I mean, we've known each other for years and years. You did my program in the studio. You were driving from the city to come to the studio after you had Asher. I feel like we were different women then, and we had different goals, and it was like, let me just get back to pre-baby. It was so much easier back then. Wouldn't you say?
In our 30s?
Like, yes, in our 30s.
So much easier. Like night and day, really.
Yeah.
But knowing then that post Asher, I so desperately wanted to get back to the look that I felt comfortable with. Not even a weight thing, just in general, how I looked, how I felt. And, you know, after having your first in particular. And I kind of let it all go when I had Asher. I felt like it was an opportunity for the first time in my life to let go of the nutrition and the fitness and allow my body to just expand, do its thing. Yeah. And I actually regretted that a lot because at the end of it, I had a lot to contend with. Yeah. And so I started your program. Yeah. But we had known each other before that, which was also nice. So it came with a type of confidence that you get with knowing someone and respecting them and appreciating what they've put into it.
Thank you. So fast forward, we're in our 40s. And what brought you to me now in our 40s during COVID? Because you're a busy gal.
When you find, and at least in my life, when I find busy people, I always find that they can make some room. Right?
Yes.
They're used to piling on and they're used to multitasking. And actually the slowdown of COVID was a challenge for me because it was like, okay, what now? Yeah. And I looked around my home and I thought two things are going to happen. Option A is that I am going to eat my way through COVID. Yes. And option B is that I'm going to take my fitness, my nutrition, by the reins and do the right thing with it. The thing with your program that I think is always so remarkable, having now done it a couple of times, at least in part, is that you see results right away. Yeah. It's extremely motivating. Yeah. So in those doldrums of COVID, when all of us were looking for a little motivation and some momentum and some sense of purpose and direction, it gave me a little bit of that as well. So it wasn't just about my work. It wasn't just about Zoom fatigue that I'm on all day. It was something for me.
It was for you.
And it was also a challenge.
You needed that for you part to happen during COVID.
Yes, totally. To give me this goal, you know, something to really dig into. And I'm not, you know, listen, I'm not the most creative cook. There are people on your program, what they can do with food is mind-boggling. That's not me. But give me a program, tell me what to do, and I will follow it to a T. And it's the single biggest piece of advice that I give anyone who decides that they want to start this program is follow it to a T and it will work for you. But something else happened. And the other thing that happened for me is that in finding this momentum that I found through it and seeing how motivating you were and how motivating the group was and seeing the results right away, I felt the best I have ever felt.
Oh, wow.
Not just better than when I was in high school or better when I was 25, you know, in a bikini on the beach. I felt amazing. Yeah. I had energy that is hard to find when you have 3 kids and a busy career. And so it wasn't just about how my body was changing and how much I liked how I looked when I looked in the mirror. Yes. But it was about the energy that I was bringing to every day. That was the thing that kept me hooked.
And you could see that. I saw that even when you participated in the pantry project. Your enthusiasm for your kids, for Asher to participate was like, it was from within. You can see that in your transformation. And so I'm glad it brought you that. And you also recruited your girlfriends to do it together with you, which I think was super. It was actually very pivotal for our program because we saw the power of girlfriends doing it together.
And my friendships are like my North Star. They're an enormous part of my life.
Huge for you.
You know, they're the soulmates that you find in many areas of your life. And for me, I've been lucky to find a lot in my friends. To be able to say, you're right, we can't go on girls' trips or find the opportunity to go out even for our dinners, which you know, we find so much joy in and so much release from the stress of real life. And this was a way for us to connect, honestly, in a brand new way.
Yeah.
You know, we were
It
motivating
was.
each other to work out. We were finding interesting new recipes that we would share
Yeah.
with one another. We were meeting when we could to take those
Yes.
socially distant 10, 20,000 steps together.
Yeah.
And it was a tie that binded us
Yep.
during that time.
It
So-
brought on a new life to your friendship.
Yes, it
Now
did.
you guys have like another notch on your belt to
Yes.
say like, we did this together.
Yeah, we
and
did.
it was huge. Like you and your
And
girlfriends
I made
was
new
amazing.
friends.
Yes.
Which, you know,
During COVID.
I think, I always say like people collect a lot of things. I collect friends. I feel really lucky about that. And through your program, I met new people online. They became part
lot of people
of our
reached out
circle
to
that
you.
like grew and
Yeah.
grew and grew. And that was extraordinary because through that, there's, you know, many stories that permeate. When I think about the chapters that we wrote through COVID, there are many stories of women, extraordinary stories of women who overcame challenges,
Yeah.
found new purpose,
Yeah.
found new direction, and now it's, you know, it's a part of my book in many ways.
Everybody had their own challenge coming into the program,
Yes.
and they all overcame it. And it's a beautiful thing to
Yes.
watch because now you know that it's possible for anyone. That girl out there that is sitting there thinking, they're just a different breed. No, this is for them. It's not for somebody like me.
The only difference between that woman and me or us is that we did it. There was something you said
yes.
right from the beginning, and you said the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule. Count backwards from 5, get up and do it.
Yeah.
That sits with me all the time.
Wow.
I think about it often when I'm waking up in the morning
Yes.
and I'm tired and I'm like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am picking up that dumbbell. I'm getting it done. That's the only difference. Do it for you. You're not doing it for your husband. You're not doing
Yeah.
it for your boyfriend. You're not doing it for, you know, ex revenge, although, hey,
It happens.
you know, you're not even doing it for your kids, although you want to be your healthiest self for them.
and you're really not.
You're doing it for you. And
Yeah.
I promise this. If you do this one thing for you, in 90 days, you will look back and you will say, I have never made a better decision
Oh, wow.
for my life, ever. That's big.
That's huge
For you,
coming
for
from
personally, from you.
Yeah.
You know, you'll make a lot of life choices that are
course.
monumental, but about physically, how you
Yeah.
feel, what you're going to do, this is the thing. So if you're teetering on the edge right now and you're watching this, if you're like right there and you're thinking about it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, swipe. Get it done.
Thank you. You're amazing.
You're amazing.